Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Welcome back.
It feels like it's been so long. I'm so sorry that we had to miss last week because your girl was so sick. I literally did not have a voice. I wanted to record so badly for you guys. I had my story ready. It's been ready for weeks. And I'm so excited about my story. But then I had literally no voice.
Yeah.
So, couldn't do it.
Unfortunately. So our stories that we're telling this week, we did the research for them and everything like weeks ago.
Yeah.
So now we're like looking at it with almost fresh eyes again. So
it's
some
a
of the
new
stuff,
story for all of us.
Exactly. Should be fun.
It should be very fun.
Oh, I also wanted to talk about the snow that is in North Carolina right now.
Well, I don't have any.
Yeah, so Taylor's at the beach. Lucky her, doesn't have any snow. I absolutely hate snow.
Me too.
But, so I'm sort of in, like, around the mountains a little bit. And we didn't really get that much snow as, like, inches wise, but, like, we got a lot of ice.
Oh, that's worse.
So exactly. That's what happens in North Carolina. So growing up in Pennsylvania, you're used to getting like a lot of inches of snow. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that is bad in itself. But here, it's just like all the ice is what really gets you.
Yeah. It'd be icing.
Yeah. So I've been stuck inside for the past 2 days and probably tomorrow too.
That's tragic. So. I mean, I also have been stuck inside, but that's just because it's been super rainy. And it is still cold. But it's raining. And I haven't been stuck actually. I've been out and about, so sorry. I'm sorry that you're stuck.
I actually went sledding yesterday.
Oh, okay. I am jealous of that though. I don't like snow, but I do like sledding.
Yeah. It can be fun. I was a little bit scared, honestly, because our street is a pretty steep hill.
No, that sounds even more fun.
And it was kind of fun, but I was just scared of, like, there's, like, a ditch at the end of the street.
Oh, I know.
Am I going to fall into the ditch?
No, I would love to fall in the ditch.
Yeah.
It would be an honor for me.
We didn't, but...
Tragic. I guess not.
But it was fun. Might go out again today.
I was going to say, I want to come sledding. But...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait. We haven't even recorded. Guys... have we recorded since we've hung out?
No, we haven't.
Guys, okay. This is just a realization that just hit me as we're speaking. Savannah and Garrett came down a couple weekends ago just for a little quick trip. And it was super fun. And we actually went to this place called the Museum of the Bizarre here in Wilmington. And it was so crazy. Mm-hmm. It was funny.
It was really fun. They had some crazy attractions like the Cape Fear mermaid.
Yeah, a chupacabra hand.
Yeah. Bigfoot's footprint.
Yeah. Exactly. Alexander Hamilton's hair.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the hair personally. But allegedly it was there. It was really fun. And we got to do like this laser maze. Not to brag, but I did have the fastest time of getting out of the laser maze. And we also went into a mirror maze. All I'm saying is that it was very fun. So
yeah, and it was only $7 for all of it.
Yeah, so if you're in the area, go do it because it's really fun.
You should go to our TikTok and watch the little video that we made of all of the stuff that we saw.
Yeah, we were not supposed to take like pictures in there. We didn't. In the wrong places.
No, there were some parts where they said, "Oh, pictures are allowed here,"
true.
We
strictly follow the rules around here in this podcast.
Right. Exactly.
That's funny. Okay. Also, last thing that I have to say anyway. Rate and review us on Apple Podcast and on Spotify, and also
go like our TikTok.
Yes, go on TikTok because honestly, we put a lot of work into the TikTok, and you need to see it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But also either email or DM us on any of the apps any recommendations or stories you want to hear because we need ideas. Not that we're running out, but I'm just saying you can do my job for me if you want.
Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. We might want to get into our stories now.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this week I have a little legend, a little urban legend.
Ooh.
And I think everybody's pretty much heard of this one, which is that there are alligators in the sewers of New York City.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've also heard that there are turtles.
Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. But no, for real, I always believe that there are gators in the sewers.
Yeah,
like I believe that as I'm sitting here right now. Mm-hmm. But specifically in New York City, I guess I believe that too. But I guess I'm excited.
Yeah, so I guess like it could, like some of the things that I'm gonna say could stretch to like other parts of the US too, but like I'm focusing mainly on New York City because that's like the biggest one where people are like, oh my god, there's alligators. Mm-hmm. So okay, so picture this. There's alligators infesting the sewers below New York City. Mm-hmm. Some people say that they're albino.
Okay.
Because they don't get any sunlight, so they're white.
White, yeah, makes sense.
They eat rats and trash.
Ew.
And like swim in the sewer water.
Ew.
Gross. Some say that they even grow to be like even bigger than regular alligators.
Ew.
Is the myth. And there's even a holiday that comes from this legend.
No way.
Which is Alligator in the Sewer Day.
Okay, I thought you were going to tell me something different than that.
No, it was literally Alligator in the Sewer Day on February 9th in Manhattan. But
guys, wait, hold on. That's coming up.
Yeah, I know. We should celebrate. But is this real? Is there even like a little bit of truth to this legend?
I was honestly going to say, are alligators even in New York State?
Not naturally.
Okay, I was going to say, are you going to tell me?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
So, to start off, I have this clip, news clip from the New York Times from 1907. And I'm going to summarize it. So, Charles Gids in Kearny, New Jersey. So, obviously, New Jersey is right next to New York. So, he is a superintendent in the street department, and he was clearing out a sewer Friday when a workman called his attention to a strange object in the water. So they're like in the sewers cleaning stuff out, and he's like, hey, look at this. And he picked it up, but suddenly dropped it with a yell. The workman looked at the object, and it was a young alligator about 18 inches long. It nipped him on the hand.
Oh.
It was later learned that the alligator had escaped a week ago from John W. Rowe, and he took it back with many thanks. So it was like his pet, and he took it back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, at least like there's literally a newspaper clip that says that there was an alligator in the sewer.
Okay.
So
interesting.
There is more proof to come, but I'm going to start off with that one. Yeah, but that one's not like a huge one. It's just like a mini.
Yeah, that one obviously doesn't count because that was somebody's pet.
Right. I mean, I think a lot of these might be pets, so we're going to get there.
Who the heck has alligators as pets? That's insane.
Ooh, see, I'll get there too, because it's kind of crazy. So there were actually alligator hunting expeditions. Mm-hmm. Because people kept seeing these little guys in the sewers.
Oh no.
Like after that happened, it kept happening. Like people would just see them down there. And in 1932, several reptiles disappeared from captivity near the Pasig. Wait, how am I feel like I'm saying this wrong. Near a river in New Jersey.
Okay.
So yeah, these ones were in captivity and escaped, so they weren't pets, but well, maybe they were. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the police in Westchester County, New York, which is a little bit north of New York City, they organized a hunt that after 2 boys had brought in a 3-foot long gator.
Oh.
And they said, oh, there's a ton more in the Bronx River. Go get them.
They brought it in?
Yeah, they like beat it on the head first, so it was dead.
Okay.
But yeah, they brought in a 3-foot gator to the police.
That's so wild.
And they're like, yeah, we just pulled this out of the Bronx River, so
here you go.
And they said that they were gonna go catch them to bring back to the zoo.
The boys or the police?
The police. But it turned out the boys had found like just an escaped pet, and there were no more in the river. It was just one.
Dang.
So another pet gator.
Okay, but if all of these pet gators are getting loose, and I don't know, maybe one of them gets pregnant. I don't know how it works.
Right.
But like, what if there are little alligator babies down there?
Mm-hmm. And like, are they mutated?
Exactly.
We don't know.
With the sewer water? Who knows?
Exactly. See, that's what people say. So I'm just gonna keep telling more and more proof of how there's gators down there.
Mm-hmm.
So there was another instance where 2 guys, they were 19 and 16.
Okay.
They caught a huge gator in the storm sewer. They were shoveling snow into the storm drain and they heard something splashing, so they put a rope down there and like lassoed it and pulled it up.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was a 125-pound gator.
Absolutely do not believe that one. They lassoed it? Like there's no way.
Yeah, and they pulled it up. They like they went fishing.
Yeah, sewer fishing.
There's a picture of it in the paper though.
That's crazy.
So I'll have to post that one.
That's wild.
So, yep. And they were 19 and 16. Like, I could not have done that.
I would not have done that. Had I seen... No, absolutely not.
Right, just leave it down there. I don't
know. Leave it. Whatever it is, I don't even care.
Yeah. Okay, so after all these stories, how were there so many gators in New York City and around the area? Most of them were pets, you know, like I said. Mm-hmm. So here's kind of the crazy part. Like, this kind of blew my mind because things have changed so much since when this was happening. But people would get baby alligators from, like, souvenir shops.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know some people who have had alligators in the past. Which is just crazy, yeah.
Well, yeah, they would get them in, like, shops in Florida or Louisiana. So, like, that's obviously where gators are from, down there.
Yeah.
And they would bring them home to New York, and then they would get too big, and then they would flush them.
Flush them?
That's how they get in the sewer. You flush them down the toilet.
I just feel like they're bigger than that. Like, do they fit to the pipes? I don't know.
When you first get them, they're tiny. That's why people would get them.
Like baby. Okay.
You could also get them at a booth in Kearney Island. And you could also, this one was even crazier to me. You could buy a baby alligator in a magazine or like a catalog. Like by mail. You just like mail order it.
That's bad. I'm glad we have came at least farther along today where you cannot do that.
Right.
Like, that's so bad. What did they expect? Of course there's alligators in the sewer.
Nobody even thought about it, I guess. They're just like, oh yeah, they're just going to keep them until they're like too big to handle. I don't know.
They didn't think about it. That's what they were doing. They just did not care. They were like, we want a gator and we got it.
They're like, yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying like the people who were selling them.
Oh yeah, they were like, we just care about the money. We don't care about the gators.
Yeah, exactly. So there is one ad for alligators that came from a magazine that I have right here that I want to read because it's kind of funny. It's from the 1930s. So it goes like this. How would you like a real live baby alligator for your very own? A rage for baby alligator pets has swept the country. We have arranged at great expense to supply you with a genuine live baby alligator. Just hatched in the deep marshlands of the South at an amazingly low price. These corking little pets will be shipped to you by mail, carefully packaged, safe arrival guaranteed. Think of the fun, the thrills you will have with one of these baby alligators. Read how fascinating they are, how interesting. Study nature. Remember, the alligator comes down to us from prehistoric days, the age of dinosaurs. Don't you want a baby alligator? You bet you do. What boy wouldn't? Price, $1.50.
Stop it right now. $1.50. I understand that was more money than it is today, but not that much.
Do you want to know? You want to know how much it would be today?
$10.50?
It would be $25 today.
Oh my god, that is so unbelievable.
Yeah, I love how the ads are though, because like I feel like ads back in the day, like they had so many words.
If you are a young boy, don't you want a baby alligator?
Right.
Just tell your mom to call this number and give us $1.
No, I think you would like mail the money in and then they would send it.
No way. The world is so funny.
I know. It's really crazy. Like thinking about if this ad was just in magazines now, it's just insane.
Nobody would buy it.
I mean, people probably would.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so yeah, like I said before, people would buy these and then they would grow and they would be like, okay, time to flush it. And then they would get in the sewers. Because like you can't just let them loose on the streets of New York. In other places like Florida, they could probably be let loose in marshes and stuff. Which is probably why like New York was one of the places that has like a bunch of them in the sewers and not other places where you can just let them free in the wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's too cold in New York, so they literally have no other place to go but in the sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that turned into a big problem, I guess. And it's currently illegal to own an alligator as a pet without a permit in most states. But you can own one in a few states, and you want to guess which ones they are?
New York and North Carolina.
Okay, New York is not one of them, but North Carolina is. We could get one legally.
We could get one. Fun fact, there was an alligator at my apartment complex one time here in Wilmington.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How big was it?
It was big, a big boy. I didn't see him, but I heard he was big.
Well, that's crazy. There are a few other states where it is legal, except for, I think like the way they, like different counties and governments can make it illegal, but like statewide it's allowed. So it's Alabama, Nevada, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Not even Florida?
No.
That's so weird.
I feel like Florida would be too much because you can just pick one up off the side of the road.
Yeah, he's right there. I don't know. I feel like having exotic pets is just kind of a really weird thing. Like, they're not meant to be in like a cage like that, you know?
I know. Like, and like an alligator, like you can't really train it.
No.
Too.
No.
It's just a wild animal no matter what.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
So after all of this, now you know that like people would flush their pets down the drain, and that's how that is. That part of the story is real. But the legend that this has turned into, there are some that believe that gators have survived over the years since, like, you know, it's not legal anymore, so there isn't really any that get flushed nowadays.
Yeah. But they've thrived in the sewers.
Yes. So people believe that they've survived and they thrive down there. And that they eat toxic waste and they live in the dark. white from no sunlight, and that there's like colonies of them down there.
Okay,
It's crazy to think about.
It is crazy, but it's honestly not that crazy to me because, first of all, I've seen albino alligators before at the aquarium in Wilmington. They have two albino. So now I'm just picturing them chilling in the sewers.
Yeah.
Like, why do I believe it? I don't know why I believe it so much, but I do. Like, I'm positive they're down mutated? There. I mean, they're probably mutated a little bit, but not like they have superpowers mutated.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could go either way on it.
What, that they have superpowers? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, the fact that they're down there. No, if they're down there, they definitely have powers.
Yeah, you're right.
Just kidding. Yeah, so people think that they have mutated into like a different species of gator. And that they're deformed, bigger, and have like different coloring. Which the different coloring would be that they're white, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I don't really know if that makes sense all too much. Because, like, would being in the dark, does that alone make the color?
Yeah, it does. Oh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, just like humans, like, if we stay inside, we get paler. I'm pretty sure it'd be the same for animals.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like somebody's listening to us and it's like, you guys are
stupid. Probably, I don't know.
But it's okay. Okay, so I do have another story of somebody who went down into the sewers, and he claims, or like he went down there to prove that there were no gators in his sewers.
Oh,
okay. Okay, so this guy like worked for the sewers.
He worked for the sewers. I'm sorry, just the way you said it.
I don't know his job title or anything, but they've called him the king of the sewer.
Oh, a job title I'd love to have.
Yeah, his name was Teddy May. And he went down into the sewers in like the 1930s to prove to people that there were no gators down there.
Wait, can I guess the end of the story? He gets eaten by a gator and then he turns half gator. No, okay, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
See, that would be actually a better way to end this story.
It would.
But he actually went down there, and to his surprise, there were some gators.
Oh.
So he was wrong.
He's like, darn it.
And he went back, he like got out of there, and he's like, okay, I'm going back with like a crew of people. And we're going to get rid of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he did. He came back with like his squadron of people with like rifles. They all just like walking in the sewers with rifles, and they hunted down gators. And he claims that they hunted them all down and that there's no more gators after he did this.
Okay.
So.
Well, where's the proof? Teddy. Isn't that his name?
Teddy said. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I half believe it. Like.
I mean, did they not take a picture?
I mean, I couldn't find one. But it was the 1930s. I don't know. Do they have just like a camera they can bring down there?
Teddy. They should have just called Steve Irwin. I don't know. He probably wasn't. He definitely wasn't alive yet. But yeah, they should have called him anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's not gonna do anything though. He's like
he could have wrangled them. He could have got him out and saved them.
Yeah.
You know he would have.
You're right.
So, but okay. So according to Teddy, he went down there with his little squadron and shot all the ones in one area, and now they're all gone. How does he know for a fact that they're all gone? He doesn't.
Well, that's just what he says. He's the king.
Okay, you're right. Bow down to the king, Teddy of the sewer.
Exactly. Okay, so even if he did get them all, like, do you believe that, like, no other gators were flushed after that?
Okay, well, I don't know about that. But there's no possibility if there were ever to have been a gator, there's probably still another one there today. Like, yeah, there's no way he got them all, and there's no. I mean, I'm sure somebody's flushed a gator. I mean, yeah. I don't know how common that is. I've never done it, But
I mean, apparently it used to be really common, but then, probably less and less as they became illegal.
Yeah. Or maybe not. People don't really care about rules, laws.
I mean, true. That's true.
Especially animal laws. They really don't care about those.
Yeah. That's true. But it's probably harder to get one than it was back then.
Yeah, and if you did go through all the trouble to get it, why would you just flush it down the toilet?
Yeah, true. I mean, maybe just to keep the legend alive. They flush them.
Okay, plot twist. We order the alligator and flush it. We go to New York City and we flush it. No, we're not going to do this, but I'm just picturing like the alligator man from Spider-Man.
That's what I kept picturing too.
Well, that's what I'm pretty sure it's based on this legend.
Yeah.
Because, Spider-Man's in New York.
That's sort of where I was leading to now.
Sorry.
I was going to say that this legend made its way to popular culture with like that one that you just said and the Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And they even have like an episode of the Ninja Turtles that show that like there's a mutant alligator who lives in the sewers and they fight it.
Love that. I mean, you even have to think like in the TV show The Flash. Wait, do you watch that?
I have not.
Okay, well, never mind. Moving along.
Is there an alligator in there too?
In The Flash, there's a giant monkey that lives in the sewers. So,
okay.
If there's a monkey that can live in a sewer, I'm sure an alligator can.
Yeah. I know. I think a lot of stuff like that has been taken from this legend, which is rooted in truth. So it's like kind of weird,
It is weird. I mean, I definitely think are alligators there. Like today.
There could be.
But also, the other reason I also believe it is because like, what does the legend serve? Like, normally a legend serves like a purpose to like scare people. What is it trying to scare people to not go in the sewer? Are there tons of people trying to go in the New York City sewers? Because I personally wouldn't be going. So I don't know. That's what makes me believe it more. Because normally, like, if there's like a way to make it be like, oh, don't do this, or something, it would make more sense. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that there were gators down there at one point.
Yeah.
Like, people just want to turn it into something bigger.
Bigger, yeah. Well, that would make sense, too.
Yeah. There's one last thing. There's actually a bronze sculpture of a gator coming out of a manhole in one of the subway stations in New York.
No way. So okay, cool. I really want to go see it. I've never been in New York.
Oh my gosh, we should go.
I know we
Add
should.
it to the list.
Yes. Come on, Jujo. You better write it down. He's not in here, but he's writing it.
He can hear us,
He can.
He's listening in, we gave him a link.
Oh, of course. He's got his little headset on in the closet.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, I feel like there's probably at least one or two gators down there.
Listen, I'm telling you there's gators in the sewer.
But I don't think they're mutated. They're probably also like, people say that they would be bigger. I think they would be smaller.
What are they eating, babe? Nothing. Nothing that they're supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would definitely be smaller, not bigger.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else living down there that they could be feasting upon.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. No, there are definitely gators there. It's so very interesting that even weeks ago, we were on the same wavelength. Because I'm also dealing with a scaly creature today.
Okay.
And I gotta admit, I'm brave with the story that I'm telling today because I really don't like these creatures that I'm going to talk about today.
Okay.
I have for you the legend of the Loveland Frogman.
Frogs. Frogs are so cute. I don't understand how you don't like them.
I'm sure that I've said it on the podcast before, but if you don't know, I am really horrified of frogs. I don't like frogs at all. Would literally rather do anything else. Would rather eat a bowl of nails than to come face to face with the Loveland Frogman. So
that's a little extreme.
No, it's not. It's really not. Yeah.
Okay. Also, do frogs even have scales?
No, I don't know.
You said they're both
Scaly,
scaly
whatever.
creatures.
I don't know. I'm not getting close to a frog enough to see. What would you call their skin?
It's like slimy.
Well, that's what I
Right?
meant. I meant slimy instead of scaly.
Okay. Okay.
They're both green, wet, and gross. So
Yeah. See that can connect
that's
it. Yeah.
close enough. I was gonna say amphibians, but then I was like, no, don't really know what that word means.
Yeah, a gator is a reptile.
Yeah,
and a frog is
is
an
an
amphibian.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, but they're pretty much the same in my eyes. So
Similar.
anyways, so any hoozles, the Loveland Frogman. So it's called Loveland because it's set in Loveland, Ohio.
Okay.
So the Frogman lives in Ohio, which I don't like how close in proximity that is to me. I could get to Ohio very quickly. So
I feel like I need to look at a map because like Ohio is that far?
is right beside West Virginia.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, that's closer than I thought.
yeah, like, because throwback, this is only going to be relevant to Savannah, but I feel like you need to know that we were going to stay in a hotel in Ohio for Mothman Festival.
Oh, right.
Right. So,
I do remember that.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ohio's not that far from here. So, anywho, so we're in Loveland, Ohio, and this frogman also has been called the Loveland lizard. So that's kind of also why I said lizards. Like our stories are both lizards because they think he looks like a frog / lizard / just you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Regardless, this creature is a humanoid frog, basically. That's described to be about 4 feet tall and has only ever really been spotted in Loveland, Ohio. So,
oh, okay.
we don't have to worry about frogmen coming here, at least.
Is Loveland, Ohio, like on the side that's closer to us?
That's actually not what I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
Shout out if you're listening from Loveland, Ohio.
Yeah, shout out.
So, we're going to throw it back a little bit to March 3rd, 1972. And it was around 1 a.m. and the Loveland police officer named Ray Shockey, he was just chilling, driving on Riverside Drive, like just on his like parole shift. Nothing was happening. This is a small town in Ohio, like at 1 a.m. He was chilling. And he was driving near the Totes Boot Factory when an unidentified animal like scurried across the road in front of his car. And he was like, what the heck is that? And so the animal, like, he basically almost hit the thing. That's how close it was. And when it got in front of his headlights, he was actually able to see what it was. And he was like, I have never in my life seen anything like this. He said it was around 3 to 4 feet long and probably like 50 to 75 pounds.
Oh, God.
So like not huge, but like not like small,
Yeah, and it, like, if it's that long, it sounds more like a lizard.
Exactly. And he also said that the creature like crouched over like a frog before it stood up on 2 feet to climb over the guardrail and back down towards the river.
Okay.
So
that's
kind of crouchy, like a frog. Disgusting. And so that's all like that man saw of it. Until 2 weeks after Ray saw it. A different Loveland police officer named Mark Matthews reported seeing an unidentified animal crouched along the road in the same area as Ray's sighting. And so this time, Mark Matthews, the second officer that saw it, actually got his gun and shot the animal because he was like, I'm not playing around. And he went and found the body of the animal and put it in the back of his trunk so he could go take it and show it to Ray to be like, is this what you saw? And according to Matthews, it was a large iguana that was about 3.5 feet tall. And the reason that he didn't like immediately recognize that it was like an iguana instead of a frog is that its tail was missing.
Okay.
So, I mean,
so
I
it's
kind of
like
can
been
see how.
So it's been like mistaken for different animals.
Yeah.
That's why it's like
Yeah.
a lizard / a frog.
Exactly. And also, like, they were saying, like, it was, like, crouched down. Maybe that's because he's just short-legged, you know? He's an
Yeah.
iguana.
Right.
So, the police officer speculated that the iguana had been somebody's pet, just like the alligators. And once it grew too large, they let it go. Or maybe it escaped on its own. See, I told you our stories were similar.
Yeah. No, they definitely are.
She's like, no, they're not. Frogs and alligators are not the same.
They are.
So, anyways, Ray was shown the dead iguana and was like, yep, nope, that's definitely what I saw. So that turned out to not be the real Frogman, tragically.
Oh. Yeah.
But that was like one story that like people really, really, really believed for a really long time. Like they thought like that like was true, even though they were like, no, it's an iguana. But that wasn't the only spottings of the Frogman. So today, many more people have claimed that they saw that. And so that whole situation happened in the 1970s. But the Frogman was actually already a legend before the whole iguana incident. Because, well, first of all, why do you think Ray would have been so confused in the first place? He obviously thought it was the Frogman. Like,
yeah,
I didn't mention that, but he did think it was that. So back in 1955, there were tons of claims. This was in the newspapers in the town. Like, everybody in town heard of it. There were people claiming to see 3 frogman-like creatures in the woods along the Little Miami River. And they all said it was like 3 to 4 feet tall. All of them, all 3 of them. And like multiple different like hunters and people like that were like in the area, people driving by called in and was like, hi, we see these like frogmen things chilling by the river.
That's crazy. So there's more than one of them? I thought it was just one.
Oh no, there's frogmen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, one specific night, a really like well-off businessman in the town, claimed, he was like, this is the first story of the 3 men. And this is majorly why a lot of people believe the story, because like this man was like really high up in the town and like, why would he lie? For fun? No. So anyway, he said that he saw 3 bipedal reptilian creatures just standing together on the side of the road. So he actually pulled over to the curb and just like see what they were doing. Like, I don't know if he thought it was like a drug deal going on or what, but he was just like curious. So he like pulled over and watched them. And he describes them to have leathery skin and webbed hands and feet. But that the most distinguishing feature is that like pretty much other than like the webbed hands and feet, they have like a human body, but frog heads.
Oh my god.
Like kind of no neck.
See, that's so green. Creepy. I feel like you're really freaked out by these
I'm
too.
sickened. Like when I was doing this research and seeing all the pictures people had drawn, I was like, this is so disgusting. Like this is my worst nightmare. A human frog. I was
just gonna say, yeah, it seems like your worst nightmare.
Absolutely not. So yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I would want to see one.
Oh no, absolutely not. I would never. So
I'll get you a shirt of the Loveland Frogman.
Okay, I would wear a shirt.
Okay.
So anyways, after that incident with the businessman, people got super curious about the creature and they were trying to go out and find the Frogman, which I would love to say could never be me. But if I were in a small town with nothing really to do, I would be like, let's go try to find the Frogman.
Yeah.
You know, because a part of me wouldn't
like
believe that he was
if it's
real.
in your town, like you have to.
Exactly. So, the one thing, even though I am sitting here horrified of the Frogman men, I did not find anything at all to suggest that they're like dangerous or evil at all. They just like be chilling near the water. And if they are real, first of all, they're not bothering anybody. They're not being mean, but I wouldn't want to be near them at all. So yeah.
So they just like look creepy. That's pretty much
basically
it.
Yeah, that's it. No, yeah. Literally. And then
good,
I'm just like, are they just really big frogs? Because they're also not saying they're like 7 feet tall. They're saying like 3 to 4 feet. And I have personally seen huge frogs, like bullfrogs. Have you ever seen those? One in real life?
No.
Oh my God. One time, me and my friend Evan, shout out Evan if you're listening to this, were walking on campus at UNCW. We were going to class, and literally this huge animal just hops along like Chancellor's Walk, if you know what that is. If you don't, it's whatever. Just, it's on campus at my college. And this huge animal's like just jumping across the pavement. And we like run because we were like, what the heck was that? And there were so many other students around, and we were all like looking at it like, what was that? And we go over, and it was a huge bullfrog. So I think frogs can kind of be really big. So
that kind of makes me want to see one that big, though, because
you don't.
I've never seen a big frog like.
It made my fear much worse when I realized how big frogs could be.
Oh my God. They're not gonna do anything though. They're just like little guys.
Ew. I had one attached to my leg one time, bro. Ew. It just sickens me. It really sickens me. Anyways, but the most popular story of Frogman actually didn't happen that long ago. It was August in 2016.
Oh.
When a local Cincinnati TV station reported that a, quote, a night of fun turned into a chilling tale of horror, unquote.
Isn't that what they always say?
I know. Something so dramatic. Like that. So dramatic. So actually, 2 Pokemon Go players were out hunting Pokemon, as they do, between the Loveland Madeira Road and Lake Isabella. And I don't know any of those places, but thought it would be important to say, But anyway, so they were just trying to catch Pokemons, got to catch them all. And they came upon a real life monster. And these were like kids, so they were like little teenagers, not like children, but like teenagers. The kids claim that a giant frog was like near the lake. It stood up on its hind legs and started walking like away from them.
Okay, that would be really creepy. I
would be like, oh my God, it's a real life Pokemon.
Right? No, that's exactly what it seems like.
Right. And so there's actually like interviews with the boys, and this is so funny. One of them, they're like teenage boys, like young, like 12, 13-year-old boys, okay? I'm going to quote one of them, quote, "I realize this sounds crazy, but I swear on my grandmother's grave, this is the truth." Unquote. It cracked me up.
I love that.
He was like, listen, he literally says, he was like, it was either a huge, ginormous frog that I've never seen before, like never seen a frog that big and also walking, or it was the Frogman. And he was like, there's no other option. So
I believe him.
I know. And so this story actually went really viral. I didn't hear about it, but it apparently went really viral. So did they really see Frogmen? I don't really know. But here we have arrived finally to my favorite part of this story. And it's the fact. So this is like the most fun fact I could have possibly given to you, Savannah. I need you to know that although I hate frogs with a burning, burning passion, something that I love with a burning passion is musicals. And Frogman is actually the only cryptid with its own musical.
Oh my God, we need to see it.
Okay, so Ohio writers Joshua Steele and Mike Hall wrote the bluegrass musical. Okay, it's a bluegrass musical called Hot Damn, It's the Loveland Frog.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So it debuted May 29th in 2014 at the Cincinnati Fringe Festival. And please let me give you a synopsis of the show because it's so funny. So it's about this guy named Luke Honeywell and his girlfriend Darla. They were in love, and they were like, oh my gosh, our favorite band, this Yeehoggy Doggy Bluegrass band. Let's just go on the road with them, like be like little roadies to this Yeehoggy band. And then, tragically, Luke's grandfather goes missing. And so then they like have to go back home and they're like, where's my grandpappy? And tragically, his grandpappy was gotten by the Frogman. Snatched right up by the Frogman. So, yeah. And so the show ran for 5 shows and then that was it. And so it's no longer a thing. So we can't see it. So that's really sad. But the 5 shows that it ran were completely sold out. So it did really well. I'm like, bring it back, revival tour 2022.
Right. Like, let's start a petition for it to be, like, recorded.
I'm saying. Because,
so we can...
Okay, let's somebody get Lin-Manuel on the phone right now. And we're going to rewrite the Loveland Frogman musical.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
I can. I literally can imagine. So yeah, that's the legend of the Loveland Frogman.
Oh my gosh. See, now I want to go because I know Loveland probably has so much merch for like this frogman.
They probably really
and like
do.
Stuff all around. Just how there's
Plain
stuff
Pleasant
like for Mothman.
Mothman.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to go though because like what if we literally run into Frogman?
I mean, I guess you're right, but that's a chance I'm willing to take.
If we're ever near Loveland, Ohio, I will maybe stop by. Possibly. Not at night. I'll stop by in the daytime. Okay. But like literally seeing this frogman, like genuinely, that would be the last thing I'd want to see. I would rather run up on any of the stories we've ever told on this podcast more than this frog. I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna look up how far away it would be.
Okay. Please do. And while you're looking up how far away it is, I am here to remind you yet again to please rate and review our podcast on Apple Music. I mean, not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank you.
Okay.
Very much.
So, yes, definitely listen to Taylor. But also, it's about 7 hours.
Listen, that's not that far.
My house.
From your house?
Yeah.
All right, it's a little far. But
it's close to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I assume since the one thing was like from the Cincinnati like newspaper or whatever or TV station.
Right.
So yeah. But yeah. Yay for lizards and frogs and all green things.
I know. Yeah. And gators.
Yay, gators. I actually like gators. Okay, this is really disgusting and sad.
Gators can actually hurt you and you're not scared of them.
No, I actually am scared of them too. This is really sad, but have you ever tried gator? Like eating?
No, I haven't actually.
I don't want to be the one to be like, I have, but I have, and it's really good. I'm sorry to say.
I actually did have the opportunity to when I was at my uncle's house in South Carolina when he lived there.
Yeah.
And they had some, but I didn't try it because I was too scared.
Yeah, well, I did it, and it was good, and I'm sorry about it.
Yeah.
But, maybe that was just one less gator in the New York sewers.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, no, you're right, though.
Anyways, definitely go check out our Instagram. I think it's going to be very interesting, the post that we make this week.
Yeah, no, and also check out our TikTok.
Yes, please do.
We are myths_podcast on pretty much everything.
Yes.
So
everything turn up. So yeah.
There we go.
Basically, that's all I have for you this week. I don't know about you.
No, that's it.
Alrighty, well then, see you next week.
Okay, cue the music.